Right, okay. Hello guys, this is your Bagpuss here and welcome back to Analysing Arsenal and the first Analysing Arsenal for 2018. Now I thought we'd do something a little bit different today because normally in Analysing Arsenal what I do is I review the game once the game has kind of happened and then I give you my instant thoughts and feelings to that game in question. But I thought as it's 2018 and Arsenal are going to be playing their first game of 2018 tomorrow, an absolutely huge game against Chelsea, a massive London derby. Not only am I going to be giving you my thoughts and feelings to the game at the Emirates tomorrow night, but I thought why don't I just preview the game and give you kind of my pre-match thoughts, you know, and just talk about what I'm thinking about, you know, 24 hours before the game actually commences, just because I thought, you know, why not do, you know, a video to talk to you guys about the game and give you my kind of thoughts and feelings to what I think is going to happen tomorrow. And incidentally, this is a video where I can literally just sit here and be like, hey, I think we're going to win, I think we're going to do well, and then when it all goes tits up tomorrow, you know, I can just sit there and be like, well, you know, we had fun tonight anyway, you know, I'm calm, I'm relaxed, I'm in a good state to talk about this game, you know, because tomorrow night I certainly won't be in that kind of relaxation feeling, if you like, because I'm going to be absolutely bricking it, because I've got a feeling we're going to get absolutely ripped apart by Chelsea. But what I will say first and foremost is that I've just completely lost my place. Oh, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? Now, what I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about is basically just my preview of the game. And I've done this like a couple of times before. And in fact, I did my first ever kind of match preview to, you know, ever that was present on my channel. And I did that. And that game in question was the FA Cup final 2017 between Arsenal and Chelsea. And then I've done a match preview when we played Manchester United. So kind of the big heavyweight games, you know, a few times on my channel I've done kind of a preview, so we're going to be doing that again today. So, what do I think is going to happen tomorrow between Arsenal and Chelsea at the Emirates? I don't really know. We've got a fairly good record, a fairly decent record against Antonio Conte over the last couple of years. You know, last season at the Emirates, we beat them, we absolutely dismantled them, we thrashed them, we annihilated them by 3 goals still. It was one of the very few like performances that I've seen from an Arsenal team that we came out flying and we literally just decimated them, right? From minute 1 to minute 90, you know, our attacks were absolutely brutal. We kind of brushed them aside, we blew them away, like they couldn't do anything to deal with the kind of pace, power, precision that we had. We absolutely just ripped them to pieces, and it was really beautiful to see. And you know, because in past years, you know, games against Chelsea have not been fruity and fun games for us to watch. We've been absolutely embarrassed by them on countless, you know, amounts of times. You know, we've been absolutely steamrolled by the Blues on many occasions. So it was really, really nice last season just to sit back, relax and enjoy and watch Arsenal just dismantle a team. And not only like our attacking kind of quality that we had going forward, like our defensive kind of frailties that we've, you know, come to see so many times. You know, our frailties were removed and we kind of vanquished all of our defensive problems, and we just defended so solidly as a unit. You know, our defensive, you know, just as a defensive performance was absolutely just beautiful, really, to watch. It was a really, really good performance, 10 out of 10 performance. You know, we defended as a unit, defended from the front, and it was just really, really inviting, intriguing, encouraging to see. You thought, as Arsenal finally turned the corner, is this going to be the start of something new? And obviously, as we've seen every single time as an Arsenal fan, you know, we have a moment that we think we've turned the corner, we finally learn, you know, the errors of our ways, and then we kind of go back to our old kind of, yeah, basically being a shit club habits, and we only have moments of elegance and class. And last season we went to Stamford Bridge and it didn't go too well, but we beat them in the FA Cup, we beat them in the Community Shield, we got a good draw this season, you know, a 0-0 draw, which in fact, looking at that game, even when I think about that game, that we should have got 3 points. It was one of those games where we played really, really well, we created the better of the chances and we should have got 3 points. And again, it was a very similar performance. We defended as a unit, we defended kind of, you know, with, you know, a bit of intelligence and a little bit of skill, and you know, we were just unfortunate that we couldn't break Chelsea down, and it was a very, very even game, even though we probably just slightly, you know, should have got ahead, but we got a point. So, you know, against Chelsea over recent years, we've done fairly well against them. You know, it was, you know, the Jose Mourinho days where we used to just get absolutely embarrassed every single time we came up against Jose Mourinho when he was Chelsea manager. But under Antonio Conte, we've, you know, done fairly well against his kind of teams. And tomorrow's game is an absolutely crucial one, particularly from an Arsenal standpoint. If you look at all of the kind of the teams around us going for that top 4 spot, Liverpool have picked up maximum points, as have Spurs. Manchester City are flying, and we dropped 2 points against West Brom on New Year's Eve, which meant that we are now even further away from that top 4. So it's an absolutely crucial game. It's a must-win game, and we've really just got to get stuck in, get in Chelsea's face. We've got to start quick. We've got home advantage. At the Emirates, we normally are quite decent at the Emirates. If this game was at Stamford Bridge, tomorrow, I would be very, very fearful. But it's at the Emirates. We've got a very, very good record at the Emirates. And we are, we're basically kind of a little bit like a fortress at the Emirates at the time. Even though that kind of winning run came to an end when we played Manchester United. But, as I said, we've got home advantage, and we just need to start quick. We need to be patient. We need to use our attacking line. Get out the blocks quickly, get that first goal under our belt, and then take it from there. If we get in Chelsea's faces early on and cause them problems right from the get-go, and they're put under a little bit of pressure, we can get in their faces. If we get that first goal, we can set the tempo and run the game ourselves, as what we did last season. But I've just got this fear that if Chelsea start quickly and, get an early goal, then we're just going to fall apart. And, we saw it against Liverpool. We're very, very lucky to get back in that game, despite being, 2-0 down, and to get it back to 2-2. We can't afford to go a couple of goals down, particularly against this Chelsea side, because I've got a feeling if they do go a goal up, 2 goals up early on, it's just going to be curtains for us. We need to be in the game for as long as we can. And against Chelsea, even though they're very, very good going forward, defensively they're not the best. They do concede goals. So, there's a chance, particularly if we can, have our attacking quality and utilise our attacking lineup, and if they're playing to their maximum potential and maximum quality, then we can cause them problems. And Chelsea do make a couple of defensive mistakes time to time. The only problem is that they've got a very strong and boisterous attack, that if they do manage to get into our attacking channel, then we will concede goals, because we can't defend for toffee, incidentally. If we look at the Premier League table, I've got my piss it on the girl. If we get up the Premier League table, because I want to tell you guys, basically it's quite a pivotal game for us, because obviously we've played 21 games, Liverpool played 22, Manchester United have played 22, City have played 21, but are winning currently at the time I'm recording this. I think they're 2-0 up to Watford as I was last recording this. So, obviously Manchester City are out of the equation. They've won the league. They're going to get top spot. Incidentally, Manchester United are on 47 points. Chelsea are on 45. Liverpool on 44. Arsenal on 38. Spurs are on 37, but they are winning currently. Let's say, I think they are winning at the time of me recording this. Let's just quickly go on to Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, they are playing against Swansea. It's the 71st minute, and they are beating them 1-0. So at this current minute, we are going to go down into 6th. So we are going to be 3 points behind. Oh, well, no, sorry. We're going to be 2 points behind Tottenham Hotspur. But we are, at this particular moment, we are 30, 40, 41, just make sure my maths is all good. We are 6 points behind Liverpool, we are 7 points behind Chelsea, and we are 9 points behind Manchester United. If Chelsea beat us tomorrow, they will go 10 points clear of us. And that means if we stay where we are, Liverpool are going to be 6 points clear, Chelsea are going to be 10 points clear, United are going to be 9 points clear. That is going to be a really difficult ground to make up, particularly with the games that we've got ahead of us. We've still got to play, Manchester United. We've still got to play Manchester City. We've still got to play Tottenham Hotspur. So we've got tough games ahead of us. Particularly, we've got still, Everton to play, Leicester, Watford. They are, they're playing really, really well. And Watford have beaten us earlier this season. We've got a tough set of fixtures ahead for us. So if we're kind of 10 points, 7, 8, 9, 10 points, adrift of that top 4 play, then it's going to be really hard to make that ground up, and it will just be disastrous if we lose tomorrow. We've got to get a win. A draw is simply not good enough. It's a must-win game. Really, it is an absolute must-win game. You look at the Premier League table now. We've dropped points, too many points. In the first half of the season. Sunday was a prime example. Even though the decision, didn't go our way, and Mike Dean is an absolute just joke of a man. We didn't play well enough to win the game, incidentally. Even though that once we got ahead, had that conscience decision not gone away, we would have held on to get the 3 points. But, that is, you know, an irrelevance right now. We've dropped 2 points, and we have dropped far too many points. So, you know, there comes a time that if you lose one more game, you're at a position where, you know, it could be curtains. And even though we're early in January, 10 points is a huge ground to make up. You know, Chelsea have got to at least lose 3-4 games on spin, and we've got to win all of ours. And it's going to be very, very difficult, very, very tough. The only saving grace for us this season is win the Europa League, and we just need to get to the final. But could you imagine if we're like, you know, 10, 12 points off of the top 4, and then we get knocked out of the Europa League? It is just going to be the worst season, you know, you could ever imagine. And considering how bad we played last season, that really would be saying much. You know, I don't quite think we can actually, you know, have a worse season than last year, but I think that pretty much will, you know, we'll go even one better. You know, that is, you know, a record in itself, to be even shit this year than you were last year. So it's a huge game. It's an absolutely vital game, you know, for Arsenal and Arsene Wenger. You know, they've got to start off 2018 in the best possible way. And just because of the points, you know, we're so far off at this particular minute, and, you know, if we lose one more game, that really could be it. And we need to, you know, just get back to winning ways. You know, we got a very, very late win against Crystal Palace, but we dropped points against Liverpool. We've dropped points against West Brom. We you know, narrowly beat, you know, Newcastle, but we dropped points against West Ham and Southampton. You know, we've dropped far too many points in December, and we need to just get back to winning ways, and we need to have a big performance. You know, we need to have one of those performances where, you know, I can sit, you know, down, you know, look at that camera tomorrow night and say, well done boys, I'm proud of you, and you've got the win. You know, nothing would make me better. I hate ranting and raving, you know, on this series. I want to be as positive as possible, and also I want to see Arsenal win every single game. And I just really hope tomorrow that they put 110% into it and, you know, get the win under their belt. Because, I mean, even if they put in 110% tomorrow but still lose, you know, even though I'll be, you know, so frustrated, I'll be angry because Arsenal haven't done that in recent weeks. But I will still commend them for putting in the effort against, you know, Chelsea tomorrow night. But if there's no effort there, if we go a couple of goals down and we just, you know, lose our concentration, you know, we lose our determination, and it just looks like we're giving up, then I'm going to be absolutely fuming. I'll be disappointed, I'll be angry, I'll be upset, and I just don't want that to happen whatsoever. In terms of the team lineups, so I'll finish with the team lineup. We've got a couple of injury problems. I don't know if Kolasinac or Koscielny are going to feature tomorrow. Both of them went off on Sunday. Koscielny, it looks like he's got a problem with his Achilles tendon, and Kolasinac's injury didn't look particularly good. So it looks like at the back we're probably going to have Mertesacker, Mustafi, and like, I would go Rob Holding. You know, he was brilliant in the FA Cup final, as was Mertesacker. They really caused Chelsea problems at Wembley last year. So, you know, I would certainly start with them. And then, you know, have Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles has got to feature tomorrow night. He played really, really well. I think he was our best player at the Hawthorns. He played really, really well. Hector Bellerin, obviously. And then we'll probably get the likes of, you know, Xhaka and Wilshere. I think are very, very good. And then we need to have our front three up top. Ozil, Sanchez, Lacazette. I know Ozil apparently, you know, had a minor injury, but I think that's all bollocks. You know, there's something going on. You know, we're you know, it'd be very interesting to see at the end of this month whether we're still going to have Ozil and Sanchez. You know, the contract saga, contract controversy at Arsenal rages on, and I don't know whether we're going to see Ozil and Sanchez here at the end of the month. But, you know, while they're here at Arsenal, we need to utilise them to the best of our ability, and we need to start that electric front three to have any sort of chance of beating Chelsea, because, you know, Chelsea can have the likes of Morata, Pedro, Hazard, Kante, Bakayoko, or drink water. And I mean, Chelsea were absolutely awesome against Stoke City. They absolutely, you know, ripped them to shreds, and, you know, they played very, very well. You know, an absolute 5-0 thumping. I'm just going to double check. I really hope it is Stoke City that they've just played. I'm so unorganised doing this Analysing Arsenal series. This is when, like, you're just doing like a raw video, and, you know, I like how Analysing Arsenal is so raw, but I don't want to make a absolute mong of myself. And no, they did play Stoke City at home. They absolutely ripped them apart by 5-0. So they're in fine form, they're in fine fettle, despite the problems that they've had to the start of the season. You know, I expect us to put out our strongest lineup possible, and I expect to see a really, really good game. But, you know, the closer we get to it, you know, we're only now just under 24 hours away from kickoff, and I'm absolutely terrified. I really want us to start off 2018 in the best possible way, and it is a must-win game for us nonetheless. So hopefully, boys, you can put a smile on my face and lets me know that you need it. I'm going to leave analysing Arsenal there for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this kind of preview. Please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and check out my other content as well. There's going to be lots of content coming up to kickstart 2018, as I've said before, and check out my other analysing Arsenal videos if you've missed them as well. And I will rejoin you tomorrow night after Arsenal v Chelsea at the Emirates Stadium. It kicks off at 7:45. It's on Sky Sports Premier League. Don't miss it. It's an absolutely cracker of a game, a big London derby, and hopefully, boys, you can get me the win, and hopefully you can put a smile on my face. Take care. This is DJ Bagpuss signing out, and I shall speak to you all later. Come on, Gunners. Do not let me down. We can win this. Come on. We've got this. Take care, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Peace.